Every club. Every day. The Global Sports Podcast Network.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode tonight, whenever you are listening to it. It is me, Joe, which you'll have heard my dulcet tones all of last season. However, mind blown, I have another Joe on the pod with me today. It is of the male variety. It is from Newcastle Fans TV. It's the infamous Joe, aka Kenja. How you doing, dude?
Reid, yes, I'm very, 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 very good this evening. Feeling excited to get this done. Been a while since we've been talking about getting this done as well, Joe.
Definitely.
And it's going to be mad for the listeners when they're trying to type back. So just to make it easy for you, you can just say JOE for me and JO for your Joe, GSPN Joe, GSPN Joe and NFTV Joe.
There we go, man.
There
we'll
you go in the comments and whatnot. You know, you can talk about it, but no, it's good. It's good right now.
Happy days. I mean, what we're going to be covering tonight, obviously, we are going to touch on something at the start, just so you guys know, but just the layout for tonight's going to be, we're talking everything Newcastle women. All right, so buckle up, people. We're not talking about the men for a change. Not a single talk will be of them. We might mention St James's Park, but that's as close as we're going to get the men. Otherwise, I am going to... Exactly. Plenty of that tonight, mind. But I will hand it over to Joe because he has got a special message for, unfortunately, a very sad loss that we've had in the Northeast in the footballing world recently. So, Joe, you can take it away with that one.
Anyone who follows Northern League football will probably have heard of the news that's just happened. On Sunday, a very, very, very well-known and beloved defender at North Shields Football Club, and I would definitely say a friend of mine. He was the first player I interviewed down at North Shields Football Club. He sadly lost his life on Sunday. Curtis Coppin, 30 years old, very, very young age, still in a great position in his career. And it's been a hard few days for the whole North Shields community and the whole Northern League community. He's played at various different clubs, Ashington, Blythe, Blue Star. He's one of those who you'll never ever find a bad word about him, and I just wanted to take a minute to send a little bit of love out to him, out to the whole Northern League community and anyone who's been affected by this death. And given the month that it is as well, and with some of the circumstances, I implore not just men, I implore everybody out there, if you are struggling with your mental health, if you are struggling with yourself, please go out there and seek some help, whether it's a friend, whether it's a stranger, or whether it's some of the official services that you can find anywhere. It is imperative to do that. Thank you very much, Joe, and thank you very much, GSPN, for letting us get that one out.
No problem at all. It's an important message after you say, Joe, you know, it's the month that people are talking about anyway, but yeah, it's been a big loss for the Northeast community, and there's been a lot of social media talk and media talk about it. So it's nice for you to be able to do that. So thank you. Anyway, right, on to the lasses, right? Because this is going to be good. Like, I seem to be the only one, unfortunately, on the GSPN team who does watch the lasses, which is fair enough because we've talked about it a million times. The lasses game is just not at the level the men's game is, and that's fine. We appreciate that. However, me and Joe love the lasses. We've been going to watch them for years now. Season ticket holders. We'll travel up and down the country following them, which has been some fantastic days. But we'll rattle on about that throughout the pod, I think. He's flashing it. He's flashing his card, people.
I miss the physical season ticket. You know, like there's a beautiful memory there in this little case. I've got one for me and one for Emmy as well, and I'm just like, oh god, they're so beautiful.
No,
I miss them all digital.
People hold mine and Nicole's little membership cards as well from just in general, like, because everything's digital, man. I'm old school, man. Give me some paper, give me some card, give me something I want to. But never mind.
I'm gonna fold it and pin it up on the wall, man. Come on.
Exactly, that is it. Like, you keep it as a collection, don't you? Like, there's no more scrapbooks anymore. But hey, never mind. Hold it from the conversation. That one. Right, so I suppose what we'll start with is how we're feeling ahead of the new season. Look, we appreciate we've just released 12 players. I know, it was huge. There was some players in there which we'll all agree we're not expecting at all. Some obviously we did expect, whether it be end of loan deals, whether it be that we just didn't think that, unfortunately, they kind of peaked, they'd reached their level. Look, it happens in every sport, at every level.
Yeah.
People just reach their level, that's fine. However, there was a couple in particular, that was a massive shock. So I'll move on to that bit in a second, but Joe, how are you feeling generally about the new season, apart from the fact that we're desperate for it to start because we're missing football massively? What's your kind of general thoughts at the minute? We've got no one in though, so I get this could be quite a short segment, really.
It's hard to judge right now before we've signed anyone. We've been quite used to the last couple of seasons making at least one signing quite quick, and we haven't had it this season. And whether that's a matter of we're holding all the eggs in a basket and we're waiting to reveal a few, or whether it's a matter of that we just need to get them over the door and over the line. I think for the season, taking transfers out of it and thinking about the squad that we've got there, and it's going to fill up, and you trust in the process that Becky and Sue and everyone have. I think it's going to be another good season. I do, and I think we're going to impress again. I'm predicting a top 5 finish, but I think we're going to struggle a little bit just because of the way we've released certain players. I think I often talk about the core players. I mean, the season before last, when we came up from the 4-0, we lost another good chunk of players, and everyone thought, wow, you've let go of too much of the core. And there was still a big core group there who had all gelled. That whole squad, you felt that 4-0 winning squad was so well gelled.
Yeah.
But now we've lost so much of a core. I think it's going to take a bit of time to gel back into the season. I think we might have a little bit of a rough start to begin with, and it'll be a bit of a struggle like we did last season, and we'll fall into our own towards the back end of the season again. So I don't know. I'm feeling good and I'm feeling excited just to get back into it and be knowing that we're competing in the top 2 leagues. And in my eyes, for the past few years, the Championship has been, sorry, but I will not call it WSL2 yet.
I was about to touch on that, by the way, because I'm with you, so don't worry.
Championship. Anyways, the Championship has been a better league the past couple of seasons. You used to see in Chelsea really win the Super League. It's boring, the Super League to me now. I used to love it. Championship is a better league, and it's exciting to be there. So
feels more competitive, doesn't it? Really,
it does, and there's more to fight for this season as well. So it's just, I'm looking forward to all these new aspects and all these new things to fight for. There's so much good going on. When you look outside of the release list, it's a really, really exciting time to be a Newcastle Lasses fan, I think.
It is, I know. There's going to be a lot more people, let's call it latching on, but latch away as far as I'm concerned, because the more people support them, the better. Like, you've obviously got us lot, which I like the core, if you want to call it, of the ones that have been going for many years. You've had people who have been going longer than us as well, so I'm not going to claim to be one of the ones that have been going forever, because I haven't. But I don't know, to see it grow, it's fantastic. It's great for the lasses, man, to see their faces when they come out, and they can see that whole stand pretty much full sometimes, and it must be unreal, man, the noise that will make. You know that we're right in the middle of it anyway, because we are the nutters with the horns and the drums, Hell, we're not We've got all of that to come next season. It's going to be fantastic, man. But yeah, hell, we're not deaf. I'm not entirely sure, but that'll happen as well, right? We'll lose our hearing at some point, man.
Exactly. If not, I'll just feel the vibrations while I'm deaf. Do you know what I mean?
I know, it will be one of those. You can feel it through the seat, right?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant, man, brilliant. I suppose, right, well, on the subject, right? Yeah, the players that were lost. All right, so to me, there were some obvious ones, and I'm going to name a couple of the obvious ones for me. So Katie Barker, as much as I was sad about it, was an obvious one, because Katie Barker is one of those ones that I touched on about reaching your level. Okay, so she would never survive in the WSL. Not one, just the WSL, that we're going to call it, you see, because she's not big enough, she's not strong enough, she's just she's a brilliant footballer, and she's an old school football in that sense. I love her style, I really do, but again, to me, she'd peaked, and that's fine, all right, and if we're trying to push on and we're trying to go beyond the Championship, then fair enough, if you know what I mean. Great. Fernie, well, no, she was retiring anyway, she hadn't quite announced it at that point, but come on, she was 38, have I got that right? She's 38, right?
37, I think.
Ooh, I've just aged her. Sorry, Fernie. Bad ginger. She's a fellow ginger. She's cool. She'll understand. But I mean, I'm not going to be on my own, and I know I'm not on my own because of social media. My favourite player, who I know some things about, which I can't say on the pod, might talk a bit separately about this, Joe, about Stobbsy, man. I'm a grown woman, man. I nearly cried when I saw it. Like, come on, man. Like, I looked at the list, and you take a double take, and I'm like, nah. And I'm looking back, and I'm like, I'm back to Stobbs, gone. Like, so yeah, like, to say I and so many other people are devastated about her is like a massive understatement. To me, she was her best player. She was her captain. She's so crucial in that midfield that there's obviously things we don't know, right? We're not stupid. We're not privy to all information.
Yeah.
But what the heck do we not know that Stobbs isn't getting a new contract?
this is what bugs me so much, right? Because you look at it, right, and Stubbs for the last 2 seasons now has been a massive, massive impact on that pitch, off that pitch, wherever she is, she's been phenomenal. And she didn't look by the end of the season when we've seen her and such, and she didn't look in any way uncomfortable, unsettled. She looked like she was secure in her position. And when you watch her on the pitch, you think she's secure in her position. I've spoken a lot about this in the Newcastle United Women's group, and Causey put it in a very, very good way. In a way, for me, that helped me deal with the loss, to be fair. But Causey said along the lines of, we don't quite know what goes on behind the scenes, and we don't know if there's been some sort of a hindrance where Amber's going to maybe miss some time, and it's been decided that she's gonna have to go. She's simply not going to get back into match fitness, such and such. And he went on to say, as much as you would love to keep Stubbsy for years to come, which we would, sometimes times have to move, and sometimes you have to make way for some people who still fit the squad and who still do a job for other people who can come in and make a big, big, big difference. And it still doesn't sit well with us. I don't want Stubbsy to leave. Stubbsy, to me, she's the capitan. Do you know? Like, she deserves...
She is our general, yeah.
Absolutely. She is, like, and she deserves to be here every step of the way. And for me, I can't really see bringing anyone else in who's going to play for the badge more. And I think right now that's something very important. This is what I need, Newcastle.
Man. We're not that big yet. We haven't quite achieved what we're aiming to achieve. And this is why I don't understand it. So I almost want them to come out and justify some things. I know they never will because they don't.
Yeah.
But it's almost like, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about the men, by the way, but I'm just going to compare it to something quickly. But you know how we've kept Lascelles on? Come on, man. Yes. The bloke's never hardly played. But how important is he, like what you've just said, so much more than just on the pitch? To me, that's Stubbs for the women. Right, Joe?
Bang.
I knew you'd agree.
Exactly. It is, though, but you look at Stubbs and she's commanded so much respect and authority, not just from the players, not just from the fans, but from every single person in Newcastle. You know, you've had some of the men's players mention her and love working alongside her. It's the pride she's got in the badge. It's the pride she's got in the city.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get that easy, and that alone is the big reason why I'm so baffled. And then you add her ability.
Oh, no. Honestly, like, Joe, I could literally smash my head against the wall and still not come out any better. I mean, not that would achieve anything like that, never mind. I know. I mean, I'm going to probably touch on someone which will set you off as well, but, like, player behind you there,
Jodie Ball. Jodie.
Like,
it's...
Oh, man.
We don't...
I know, again, I know we don't know anything. I'm just saying the piece that people I'm overly sad about, I suppose, is like that.
It's hard with Jodie. I speak to Jodie quite a bit, and like I knew a while ago, and I was one of the people who was trying to tell people stop speculating, because you don't know what's going on in a player's life, and I don't know what's going on, you know, and you don't know what's went on between her, the club, anything. You don't know how it is. Injury, has she been able to recover from it? You know, there's the worry about match fitness. But Jodie's a one for me who she's just such a character. She's such a stalwart for bringing everyone together. She's a phenomenal soul, and an amazing player as well. And we didn't get to see a hell of a lot of her, but I know her time at Celtic, and she was phenomenal there, and she'd done a brilliant job there. And I just wish we got so much more Jodie Bartle, but yeah, thank you very much for what she's done. And the same goes to Stubbsy as well. Thank you so very much for what you've done.
We can thank them all, to be fair, to some degree, can't we? It's just who we're more upset about at the end of the day. But like, Jodie to me is just proper like battler on the field type of thing. Again, I just like her style of play. I loved Fernie's style of play. We knew Fernie was never going to stay because, again, age-wise, we were lucky to kind of have her, if I'm honest, for that season.
Agreed.
She's exactly what I like to watch in a footballer. I like across any of the sexes, by the way. It's got nothing to do with male or female. Just a proper battler, old school footballer, gets in for tackles, just plays the damn game, doesn't mess about, doesn't, you know what I mean? Oh,
with
man.
Fernie, right? He has one, and it'll get you got in trouble with Fernie earlier for age in our year, so I'll get in trouble here, right?
Go on then.
But at that age, at the levels that she's played, do you think everyone underestimated her in this league this season? Did she play above her station a bit?
I reckon she did for 37. I'll correct myself again. But you know what I mean? So we're talking mid to late 30s here, man.
Yeah.
She was a battle axe, man. She had a brilliant season for us. She's played for the international team as well, so it's not even like she was even dropped out of there. Oh, she's just, as I say, I wish we'd had her for many more years, is all I can say.
Agreed. Agreed.
But again, she's finished on a high. She went out at the right time. She said it, and she did a very emotional interview. It's been lovely to kind of see her go in that sense. But
Jenny's been a beast. Absolute beast.
That's, no other way of dressing that one up.
Yeah.
Before we come off this subject, is there anyone else you want to kind of pick out from the list that you want to talk about?
Watt.
Liv.
I sing Liv's praises time and time and time and time again. And for me, it is one where I get it right now. She isn't a world beater, but she's 21 years old.
So much to learn.
And
so
she's exactly, and I've noticed something on that pitch when someone ever says something for Liv to do. Liv looks, nods, pops her hair down, gets her head down and gets on. And she just all of a sudden does something that someone suggested. She's like, Ari, I might not agree, but I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see if it changes something. She's such a sponge for knowledge. And I think that's someone who can, and I've said it for ages that I've seen Liv in the WSL with us. And hopefully one day she comes back. I would love to see that because she deserves to be playing in black and white and playing in the WSL. Without doubt.
Agree. Proper team player, isn't she?
Oh, aye, without doubt.
That's it. No, great shout on Liv, I'll be honest. But yes, I say it. Look, it's been really sad, and we could probably go on about it so much, which there's no point in going on and on about it. The only thing that we hope at this point, which kind of does lead us on to exactly what I was going to ask next, is more about who will bring in to replace them. I can partially forgive them because obviously they care about what I think anyway. I can partially forgive them if they bring the right players in for letting what I think are some of the right players to stay with us in the first place go. So before we do move on to this, I am just going to put out the advert for Bioniq, who are our sponsors. I will play that very briefly and then we'll come back to you.
Your body is unique, and Global Sports Podcast Network has partnered with Bioniq, the world's most personalised supplements. Bioniq provide 100% tailor-made supplements designed to deliver precisely what your body needs at exactly the right levels to optimise your health. No guessing. So click the link in the show notes. Use the code GSPN2025 for 40% off your first month's subscription. Bioniq. Don't settle for off-the-shelf solutions made for just anybody. Get what's right for you right now.
Awesome. Thank you very much to Ken, our director, with his dulcet tones, who we could probably read a nice bedtime story and you'd fall asleep quite happily. So that's cool. So again, going back to what we're talking about now, I'll be honest, I've kept up with some of the rumours in the WSL, not in the Championship / WSL2, if that's what people really want to call it. But yeah, I haven't seen anyone linked to us. I haven't seen anything at all. So really, Joe, have you, or is there anyone you are interested in, or kind of almost like a bit of a dream signing, perhaps?
So for me, it was a dream signing. It was. But then Barcelona decided to put out a little list of players that they're willing to listen to offers for. And I just can't get over the fact of that. Using our plans going ahead, using our ambition and using our cheddar cheese that Newcastle has certainly got access to, I don't see why we should not be going after a player like Paruello from Barcelona. She's a winger and she is phenomenal, and I think she would fit in the unit brilliantly.
That would be beautiful.
My dream signing is Pina from Barcelona, but Pina's not coming anywhere near Newcastle, and Pina's not coming.
No.
I don't even think she
dream,
would.
But
she's total Super League star material. So other than them, players that I've been looking at, one is I do believe we need a new energetic forward. Someone to not spur Shania Hales on as such, but to be able to make a shift. Shania's a bit of a slower creep player, you know, she sneaks in from the back line, you know, and comes out of nowhere and scores a screamer. We need someone who's quick, impact, bash, straight into the box from, you know, a cross comes in and she's able to get from like 40 yards out into the box within seconds, you know, someone quick. On that sense, I have been looking at Abby Larkin from Crystal Palace. Now, Crystal Palace have just come down. It's going to be a couple of players who maybe want to switch around teams. Abby's only 20 years old. I think, personally, for me, Abby Larkin would be a really good shout for us.
That would be.
Our only goal last season in the Championship was actually against us as well. So, typical.
I didn't ring a bell, I'll be honest. I'm not going to lie, but never mind.
She is a player I've been looking at for about a week or so now, and I've thought, why not? We should give it a shot.
Yeah.
And then another one is a defender, and she's from Liverpool. She's 27 years old, and that is Grace Fisk. She's
right.
quite a small and nimble defender, and I feel like that's something our defence maybe is missing a little bit. You know, we've got what
Absolutely.
body as Charlotte Potts, you've got you've got
Mm-hmm.
your not Hannah Greenwood anymore. You've got your Demi Stokes, you've got your Deanna Cooper, even Lois Joel. The more players who, when they play in defence, the
Yeah,
body as Leah Cataldo's a very quick defender, that
she
attacking
is.
sort of defender, and I think Grace Fisk would fit quite well in with that, whether it's a like for like substitution or whether it's someone who sits on the other side and substitutes for Demi,
Yeah,
or even comes into a centre back role. She's quite a versatile defender in that time. And then other than that, another midfielder who I've been looking at from Bristol City, and I can never pronounce her first name. I heard it loads last season, and for me, I just can't help but see silly. But Struck from Bristol City. She's a midfielder, and she's someone who I would like to see we'll have a crack at, but I don't feel like we would be able to pull her from Bristol City at the
right.
moment. But that's pretty much my little list at the minute. I've got a few others that I'm looking at that I don't think are worthy shouting out, because I don't think there's much chance we're getting them.
Yeah.
There has been a recent sighting at the weekend in Tynemouth Market of Staniforth.
Oh, really?
Yes, indeed. And there's a lot of talk on Jordan Nobbs as well, which I have very many opinions about signing those two players. But look, I trust the process. I trust the club.
We've got to at the minute, haven't we? Yeah.
Trust what we're going to do. So bring it on. You know, like I'm just excited to get some names over the board and get some announcements going on. As much as I said I don't want aging players, in a sense, I'm wanting Staniforth to be the player who maybe gets shouted out soon, you know, but I just think she's too old for her now. We need younger talent.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
It is. It's hard. Is there anyone that you've been looking at or that you want, Tron?
As I say, that's the thing. I haven't. I've been looking at some of the transfer rumours, but it's more been around the WSL side of things, so it's not really been linked to us, or like you say, just so unrealistic that I haven't even bothered jotting it down as like a thing. I'll be honest, but I think my kind of perspective of just looking at the whole team is now we are obviously paper thin. We've let so many go. We're starting 11 plus not even a full subs bench. Let's get real. And that's everyone out, everyone fit. That's everyone sitting there. So obviously I'm not going to include any devs there or anything. I'm just talking about like the first team sort of thing. But I'm bang on with you, by the way, about like that kind of almost competition or something different for upfront
need it.
with Shan. But she, to me, again, I'm going to compare it to men. Promised I wouldn't mention them, didn't I? I'm doing a great job of that.
Yeah, comparison's all good.
But I'm comparing, exactly, it's good. She's like a Wilson for me. Again, more of a like goal poacher and centre forward. She's not like an Isaac. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to think of who we've got at the minute, who she's similar to. I appreciate Wilson's probably leaving as well, so that's in the release on the men, but never mind. But you know what I mean? She's that type of player because she can score some unreal goals, and she makes movements a lot like Wilson. Is what I mean, and this is her style of play. So to have a different style of centre forward up with her, whether to play off her, play as a substitution, I don't know. But yeah, we definitely did that kind of thing going on. The defence though, that was a great kind of shout on that, I'll be honest, because we need just some, I don't know, just a bit of not a change up, because like you say, Potsy and that, I would never drop at all. And then there would have been hell on, I think, if she'd been released.
Oh.
Can you imagine? We had an entire pod purely about that. But yeah, like to add in just a bit of differentials into there, because Stokes, let's get real, man. Again, she's aging, and I know she's an ex-Lioness and all this sort of stuff. But again, we've got people who love her and hate her. Simple as that. There's no way of dressing her. I'm not saying hate, now that's a bit extreme, but you know what I mean.
You know
what I mean? Honest, like and dislike, we'll use those words because it's not hate, is it really? But yeah, it's just
I was against her at first when she first came along, and I said it to her face. I remember Lainey Patterson turned around, like I looked at Lainey, and Lainey was brutal. Joe, you can't say that to a lioness. I was like, yeah, because it was admitted. Sorry, I admitted to her, like, look, I didn't rate you at first, but she's come into her own and she's done a really good job. And the question is, and it's simply age, how long can she do that job for?
That's
do you know what I mean?
Isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a risk we're taking.
Not the fastest, never going to be now.
She's got better. She's got faster as the season went on. I appreciate what she's done and the work she's done. I'm grateful. She's good. But how long does that keep up? She has got an amazing regime. I see Demi quite often on Instagram. She's got a great regime. She's doing a lot to stay fit. Well done to her. But yeah, I agree. I just think we need a little bit of Savon flair, if you would, in defence. Someone who's going to come out and be able to dribble the ball about a little bit. We see Potty likes her runs, but I feel worried if Potty goes too far forward, because she's, to me, last line of defence.
I want her back covering. I don't.
She's my last line.
I'm with you all the way.
She's my final boss.
She's our solid. I got you.
Aye.
No, I'm with you all the way. So if we can have people to play off the likes of Potsy, maybe allow Potsy to go if someone else is going to cover her, brilliant. But they've got to cover her to the degree Potsy would normally do the covering, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but again, like you say, trust the process, isn't it? And see who they bring in. But they've got to bring in a lot. We can't possibly let 12 players go and us now not bring in almost that amount. So surely at some point this ball is going to get rolling and it's going to be like boom, boom, boom. Is it going to be like the men all waiting for like end of June, beginning of July? Is there something happening with the finances on the women's side? I don't know as much.
Strange,
you hear about all this PSR crap, which is just a load, as I've just said, a load of crap. But anyway, not a fan, is it? Like most people aren't, let's get real. But I was waiting for that sort of time frame as well. Who knows? We'll know in a couple of weeks, won't we? So
wait and see, isn't it? It's hard waiting though, isn't it? Like as Newcastle fans, I seen a meme. When was it?
We've got no patience, man.
And it was about how we'd just seen it. It's someone got announced as a signing when it was, I think it was Malanga. Yeah,
and it was on Facebook.
It was like, whoa, yes, boys, get the cards, we'll put a bid in. Oh, come on.
It was so true, though.
It is. It was literally, yes, we'll put a bid in.
There's something legit on Sky Sports. Everyone freaks out, honestly, man. But you know what it is, though? Is it not because, all right, we're not the only football team to go through it, but so many rumours, man. Year in, year out. It's been even worse since the takeover. Let's get real. We are linked with everyone and their mother. And then every single one of our players, pretty much, who's worth their salt, is linked with a move away from us as well. So it's just been constant. And I think it's probably because of that. We're just sick of hearing, it's just people, and I love a bit of this on Facebook and a bit of that on like TikTok.
Every Tom, Dick and Harry thinking that they know the exact strategy to get Alexander Isak.
Everyone's in the know. Everyone's in the know, man. Nobody knows anything, man.
No one does. We're all clueless. We're all just guessing, man. We've all got like whiteboards and things up here, man, just pinning things together, figuring out who's going where and who's following who on Instagram, man. I swear to God, man. I even went down to Bruno's favourite ice cream shop at the weekend just so I could sniff where he'd been to find out who's talking to him. I swear
it was a literal sniff of a rumour. Get in. I love that. Oh, hey, man. Right. Probably ramble on about the transfers all day as well. Transfers. We'll move
signing no one.
We're signing no one, right? We've got about 15 people to work with, and we'll just manage. We'll be fine. Sweet, we're going to be in the WSL as well by the end of the season.
Sue Cummins is going to hire boots on, man, and get playing. Aaron Embleton's coming back. I swear to God. What?
Imagine Becky will step on the field. It'll be
scores a screamer in the last day just to win with the title.
Back post header, man.
Dan Burn style.
Can you imagine?
She's not from Blythe.
Tell me we've lost the plot without telling me we've lost the plot.
I know, it's over the edge now. This is it.
It's gone wrong. It's gone wrong, Joe.
Not like we shouldn't put them together, but it's happened.
Hey, we'll be fine, man. Right, I will ask you, based on the smaller squad we've got, who do you want to or think will smash it next season? Who are you kind of looking forward to? Or, because I did touch on it earlier, now that we've lost our favourite, potentially, I mean, I know I have, who's your new favourite going to be?
Hold on a moment. I just need to grab the lyrics a little second. Hold on.
Go on, then. Love a good song, man.
She was Emily Murphy, plays for Republic Island. She took the ball and scored us one down at the Kingston Park. Go. Emily Murphy. She is.
Yeah, I've got her down as well.
She's going to nail it. I think her and Beth Lumsden, shout out Matt Walby, her and Beth Lumsden are going to absolutely tear it apart next season and going to be two of the top players in the whole league. Without doubt.
Yep.
No doubt.
Again, going back to what I said, proper players, proper ballers, they're just, man, I just love watching them play, man. And we're talking about Beth as well now, so I'm lumping them both in. Always love Beth anyway, but Murphy's so exciting to watch, man. She's just tough. Which is good, she's skillful, so it's not that she's just hard. So it's not like she is just running at people and bulldozing. She is, by the way, and I love that aspect of it. But the skill aspect behind it, man, absolutely. Some of those runs and dribbles she did in shots, I'm very, very excited about Murphy. I've got to be honest, very.
How mad is it to have 2 in-form Murphys on both the men and the women's team, though?
I know. And Murphy's my favourite off the men as well, because I've even got him on the back of my, last season shirt. So, yeah. Oh man, the Murphys all round, man. Oh, wow.
I was like, sell Murphy.
I know. Well, we don't need to talk about the men, remember?
Yes,
We don't need to
and
fall out,
transfers.
Joe. Come on, man.
That was
I'm
two
funny,
strikes in one.
innit?
But I know Emily Murphy, Beth Lumsden, absolutely stellar seasons
Absolutely.
coming. I'm guessing from what you've said, that's kind of the same people you've got, is it?
It is, yeah. I've got
Yeah.
Murphy written down. I've always been a Beth fan anyway. So Murphy was me one that I picked out as being what absolute one who's going to be a player of the season. I'm going to call it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't get injured, Pet. That's the only thing that's going to stop you, because nobody else is stopping you. Like
Emily, eat plenty watermelon walker.
See,
I'll bring the watermelon. It'll be sweet, man. Don't worry.
you sit by your side. It'll be like, when you're on the beach abroad and they come around with a big watermelon trying to sell you the slices and that. That's going to be me on the side of the pitch.
Just before she's going on as a sub, mate. Yeah, Emily, get a piece of watermelon down your man.
Way to get shots of that, man.
Chew it.
You know it's got to be done now.
All right. We're going on with the gum shield.
Joe, man. I'm getting all sorts of mad ideas now, man.
I'm going to... Do a next season, try and give Emily Murphy a watermelon.
Yeah, that's the new challenge. And then when she does it, right, I'll just cry laughing. Running on the field with this massive watermelon sticking out my face, man.
How evil would you look, man?
Oh, I wouldn't mess with her, but I wouldn't mess with her without the gum shields. Never mind.
No,
I'm not that daft. I do kickboxing, but I'm not asking for trouble over here. You know what I mean? That's just daft. That
Pint of Guinness is like Mike Tyson, man.
Exactly. Oh, love it. I think, to be fair, we've covered off everything I planned to do. The only thing I wanted to ask you about, because it will happen again next season, we are going to play some matches at St James's Park. The Mackem match is an absolute given, and I don't mind that, because if I'm honest, the Mackem match does pull that extra crowd, which I love for the lasses, because if we're going to do it there, get the people in. Don't just pull a random game, would be my next kind of point on that one. I am going to ask you about the atmosphere, because to me, Joe, I wish there was a way that us, where we are in Kingston Park, with our kind of little crew, if you want to call it that, bringing the noise and just bringing the atmosphere, I just wish there was a way of being able to take that and kind of have it in St James's Park. It's so hard, because we're all kind of log on. I know us as season ticket holders get first access to it. But the problem is there is there about 1,000 season ticket holders now, and not all of us make noise. There's kind of our group, and there's little other ones, but the vast majority aren't. And I was really disappointed, because when you want to make the noise, or you want to sing, or I could see you down one end, or then I could see Bernie down the other, but you were just that far enough away, even though you didn't seem that far. It's too big a stadium. Noise doesn't carry. I couldn't hear you at all. I could just hear Bernie, but she didn't have a drum, because God forbid she's allowed a drum in.
Aye.
You know what I mean? I had my horn, and I was just getting looks off the people in front of us, because again, God forbid you blow a horn.
Yep.
But I don't know. So what's your thoughts? Because to me, apart from the Mackem match, I almost feel like we shouldn't play anymore at St James's Park. I think all the rest of them should just stay at Kingston Park, where we can bring the noise and bring the atmosphere.
For me, I get why we play at St James's Park, and it's a thing of I've said a couple of times about the St James's Park matches, why don't we all organise where we want to sit? Now, the issue with that is a lot of people want to sit in the strawberry corner. Like me and Emmy usually want to sit in the strawberry corner. Emmy loves it there. I love it there.
It's great.
Most fans do. You've got Bernie and a lot of other people who like to sit centre field, so they can see the action and they get stuck into it with the ref, So, but it would be nice if
not the ref, man, surely.
Bernie with the ref, no. It would be nice if next season, do you know the stand between the strawberry corner and the middle? I always mix up the stands.
The east stand.
East, isn't it? So the east stand right next to the Gallagher corner. If we could take over that stand next season, I think it would change, and we would be able to get a majority of the stadium singing. Because I think half the time as well is when people hear we're chanting, they're like, wait, what are they chanting? Hey, Katie Barker. What? Score that goal. Also, it's the same, but Callum Wilson. That's an easy one. Then I'm going to start doing the others. I agree with, I would love to see them all at Kingston Park, but then without something big on the line, Kingston Park doesn't sell out yet. It's getting closer and closer. Don't get us wrong. And I expect that to keep rising. But I think the big reason for St James's Park is because when we play at St James's Park, we are put on the map in a big way. All the media talks about it. So for that side of it, I'm like, it's good. Commercially, it's great. That's what we need. But then at the same time, for the fans, it's hard. Personally, what I think the club should do is turn around and recognise who these long-term, this circle of people who've always been coming, and the ones who chant the most, and go, right, chant us, come with us, you're going in the black seats. Aye. There's the
There's a
black
block for
seats
you.
for all
Book
you.
there.
Go
Aye.
and sit there, get everyone chanting for you, bosh, wicked,
Yeah.
happy days. Like, that'd be amazing.
Should be able to be
and
done, man. Surely,
dream,
man. Come
but
on.
do you know what?
Technology now, man. You can do it.
Let the ego out. We deserve it. Bernie,
I know.
me, Joe, Paula, Jamie,
There's
Matt,
just so many of them, man.
Alan.
Oh, I love it, man.
Who's ball?
Wow.
Alan Roberts. There's so many people. I've missed so many names out, but all of them we are the ones who bring that atmosphere and always have.
That's what I mean. I want us all together. There is a lot of us, but when we're too spread out,
it's
we
hard.
just can't, and it's just too big a stadium. Even if we're trying, the noise does not carry, and it's fine. And I get that, and I totally understand why we're at St James's Park. By the way,
we'd get walkie-talkies in.
I was going to take one of those. What is it, like a megaphone type of thing? But we would be allowed to take it. They probably got taken off one, man.
You'd probably take a mini one, but then that doesn't travel. I reckon if we could take walkie-talkies in, right, like have 4 key like people, Bernie one, me one, like you one, all in separate areas, and be like, read N and an E in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. N and an E, and will you see?
Well, we'll have to look. We'll work it out, right? We'll give it a go.
Operations.
I've got some. I'm sure I've got some walkie-talkies I've bought Nicole over the years that should obviously use this for about 2 days straight, and then they'll be just lying around perfectly new. Right, that's it. Joe, you say it's another one to a list. We've got loads of stuff, man.
Paw Patrol.
Can you imagine?
Paw Patrol.
A couple of them are definitely pink, mind you. Getting one of the pink ones.
Come on. We'll have it any other way.
Love it, man. Exactly.
Oh. Yeah, well, that would be unbelievable, man. Yes.
Brilliant stuff,
we need to sort something for the atmosphere at St James's.
We do.
We need
because it's all going to happen. The Mackem match will be one, and they usually always pick at least one other, don't we?
Yeah.
So... brilliant. It's just a fine. I suppose maybe it's just for us to sort. Maybe the club aren't going to sort it. Maybe us fans can just try and sort it and see what happens.
Agreed. But it would be nice with how much they turn around and talk about, especially lately, they use how the fans are one of the most important reasons of why we're here. It would be nice for them to go, okay, fans,
yeah,
come with us. We've got
we'll
a section.
Help you out, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we dream.
I was about to say we can dream, Joe. It's fine. We do nothing but dream with Geordies, man. It's what
we do, man. We're dreamers.
We are living the dream though right now, man. Honestly, man, I'm so happy. I know there's nothing going on with the transfer news on the men or the women, but you know what? I don't know. Can we just end summer though? I miss a football, man.
Joe, right, he has one thing I always talk about, and like, how old is Nicole?
She's 9. She's about to turn 10 next month.
So Emmy's 7, right? So we're gone, right? So you've got a 7 and a 9-year-old, right? And what do they know of Newcastle United? Newcastle Women have won at least 3 trophies since they've been following them. The men have won the Carabao Cup, been in the Champions League, been to 2 finals, been at the top of the Champions League, been at the top of the Premiership. What do they know about Newcastle's team? They know nothing. They do not deserve this.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I've definitely been one of those little, I haven't even waited until I'm old and grumpy. I've already turned around to Nicole. I was like, you've got no idea. You've got no idea what I've been through in my life. And she just looks as if to say, all right, ma'am. Like, you know what I mean?
You must get born. And you think you deserve this? You're not the chosen one.
Kids these days are bloody spoiled, though.
You know, on there, getting trophies and that. Was none of that in my day.
Exactly, none of that. We'll grow up with scrimpins, we did.
I remember the Intertoto.
Oh, the good old Intertoto. That was something to celebrate. That was desperate.
Christ, was it? Oh, I hate.
But God, honestly. But yeah, like
one more than the Mackems.
I mean, they'll never ever be on world level again. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And now we're overtaking the women, man. How funny is that? Because the Mackem women have always really been ahead of, haven't they?
They have.
And I appreciate that. Fair play to them. That's the most I'm ever going to say, because I don't say a lot of things, nice things about Mackems, as people know. But I'll say fair play that they've always been. But we're ahead now, and they're never getting back ahead. Simple as that. Right.
Simple.
On that sweet note, Joe, it has been an absolute pleasure having you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming across. I'm a huge Newcastle Fans TV fan. Anyway, you know that. Love you guys.
Back goes back and forth. Like I've said for a little while, I want to bridge these gaps between all and like bring it together. We're a community, especially where the women's concerned. So couldn't have done it with anyone better, Joe. Couldn't have done it with anyone better.
Champion. Well, what we'll do is, I think we're again touching on it before the pod, maybe halfway through the season, do a bit of review, because I know the women always have a massive kind of winter break, so it might be good to cover it off, see how it's going.
Damn straight.
Review almost back what we've just talked about now as well, and see how any of our it'll be interesting, wouldn't it?
And I'll be able to sit there and go, see what did St. Paolo? I told you this. I told you.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, man. I want to celebrate with you in December. But yeah, no, honestly, as I say, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you properly, obviously, back at Kingston Park and that. And then, we'll set up another one.
And we'll get you over on IFTV as well. We'll get you over on the podcast.
Anytime, man.
That'd be great, man. Be good crack.
Give us a shout.
Let Lee try and calm her down.
Good luck, Lee. Sorry.
Indeed.
In advance. Cool. I'll see you later, Joe.
Cheers. See ya.
Bye.
Every club, every day. The Global Sports Podcast Network.